possible location of the Garden of Eden found? Holy Bible marks the spot. This is what the scholars are stating. Some scholars focus their attention on Mesopotamia as a likely location of the Garden of Eden, or Eden. One archaeologist speculated that the biblical garden may be located in a different place where Adam, the first man, was allegedly buried. Of course, Eden is also a state of spiritual level, and it's also a spiritual definition of the place of where a man's soul is. It's not only a location. But according to this article, archaeologists scouring arid plains and hills of the Middle East in search of traces of past civilization stumbled on what might be the location of the Garden of Eden, as we're told in the first book of the Holy Bible, the book of Genesis. The biblical paradise where Adam and Eve first were, and they were expelled by God because of their sin. According to the newspaper Daily Express, clues found in the book of Genesis, which refers to the rivers Tigris and Euphrates, led scholars to a site known as Göbekli Tepe, described by National Geographic's documentary The Story of God with Morgan Freeman as the biblical location of Eden. Quote, so we've had radiocarbon data, and they've come back as 9,400 BC, so that's about 11,500 years ago. Dr. Lee Clare from the University of Cologne said, when describing the contents of one of the site's enclosures to the TV series, there are two central pillars that stand in the middle of a round oval building, and on the wall surrounding it at regular intervals, we see smaller T-pillars. The archaeologists also hinted the importance of the statues found there, speculating they could be the first gods that people worshipped. The documentary also notes another archaeologist, Jody Magnus, has pinpointed another possible location of Eden, claiming that it was in Jerusalem where she believes Adam, the first biblical man, was buried. Quote, well, the version of the story that ended up in the book of Genesis seems to place the Garden of Eden somewhere in Mesopotamia, but I think Adam had a very special connection with Jerusalem, she says. The Garden of Eden, or paradise, becomes conceptualized as a spot where the presence of God dwells. In early Judaism and the time of Jesus, the presence of God dwelled in the temple, and hence why Jerusalem was conceived as Eden at the time. This is on Sputnik News. Please leave your comments. What do you think? Where do you think it was? Jerusalem or Göbekli Tepe? If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.